Is going around this time of the year, and of course we're talking about cold and flu season, and a lot of people will be traveling, so we're going to be talking to Carrie Hair. She's a nurse practitioner for Minute Clinic, here to give us some tips on if you are traveling soon for the holidays, how to keep yourself healthy. I mean, we're talking enclosed in cars for long hours, and of course airplanes.
Right.
So what do you tell people as they're getting ready to plan these vacations, or traveling back to a family member's house, how to stay healthy?
Well, as you travel, you really want to be aware of what could be a potential germ transfer location. So for example, if you're on a plane, really making sure to bring maybe a germicidal wipe or something like that and clean those areas that may not get cleaned in between plane trips. So the headrest, the armrest, the pocket where things are kept, and then that tray table, because that's a really great place for someone who may have been there before you who was ill to cough or sneeze and then transfer those germs right to you, and you're really unaware in that situation because you think it's not around you at that time.
Any ways to boost your immune system kind of heading into these travels? I mean, if you're on a plane or if you're in a car with somebody that's sick, it's kind of hard to avoid them coughing, or just, I mean, some of it might be avoidable.
Right, so you always wish that people would be considerate enough to wear those masks,
right.
But you don't always find that. So really making sure that you get enough sleep and making sure you're rested, making sure that if you are traveling to foreign countries, you have your immunizations that are needed. The flu vaccine is highly recommended because it is that time of year, it is going around, and so we always recommend protecting yourself in as much as you can in those ways.
We talked about it, you've been here a couple times before, we talked about the flu. You guys have not really seen it much at your clinic, but you said now you're starting to see an uptick in those flu cases. Can you talk a little bit about what you guys are seeing?
Yes, we are seeing a lot of flu as it increases and that spread is going on. So we have heard even of the flu deaths that have increased, and so those flu-related illnesses leading to death. So we highly recommend that flu vaccine. It's the best way to protect yourself and really stay healthy this holiday season.
Now it's December 5th. People might be asking, is it too late to get a flu shot? What do you guys kind of recommend if it's, we're kind of getting to the middle of that kind of season?
We absolutely recommend that it is still a good idea to get vaccinated. We would say, a lot of times people will come in with their loved ones that they have brought in who get diagnosed with the flu, and they're like, is it too late? And we're like, no, but you may have been exposed. So the goal is that you would be vaccinated before you're exposed, but it's never too late to go ahead and get it.
And say, you are with family members and all of a sudden you come back, you're feeling sick. At what point is it probably a good idea that you kind of, because I know the cold, some people get those mixed up. It's kind of the same symptoms, but I guess you could pretty much tell after a few days if it's the flu.
Yes, so the flu sets in pretty quickly. You're going to have those typical fever side effects, which are going to be headache, body aches, chills, sweats, things like that. And then usually it will come with a severe cough, and sometimes a pretty bad sore throat. And so when you have those symptoms, as soon as that fever hits above 100.4, we do recommend coming and being seen, because at that point in time you want to get medication or that prescription of Tamiflu in the first 24 to 48 hours. Otherwise it's not effective.
So wash your hands, cover your mouth, and be considerate if you're traveling, right?
Yes.
All right, Carrie, thanks so much for coming back in.